Welcome one and all, my name is Chris and I will be your digital tech trainer for this tutorial video. Today's topic is CCleaner by the company Piriform. We will be covering 7 main points about this program. What is CCleaner? Installing CCleaner by Piriform. Settings and options. CCleaner Tools. Registry Cleaner. Custom cleaning and health check. And lastly, program updates and smart cleaning. Let's start by looking at what a few different people have to say about the program. Wikipedia, on their website, says CCleaner, developed by Piriform, is a utility used to clean potentially unwanted files and invalid Windows registry entities from a computer. It is one of the longest established system cleaners, first launched in 2004. It was originally developed for Microsoft Windows only, but in 2012 a Mac OS version was released. Next, here's some information straight from the company Piriform on their website, telling what CCleaner can and can't do. They claim it can protect your web browsing privacy on shared or public computers by deleting passwords that you might have saved, or other temporary internet files so that nobody will be able to see what you've been doing. They say it can protect your privacy from many Windows applications by removing information about files and folders you've accessed. It can remove traces of documents you've already deleted by securely wiping free disk space. Supposedly it can clean up the Windows registry by removing information that's incorrect or no longer needed. It can reduce memory load and speed up boot times by letting you specify which programs automatically start with Windows. It can help with uninstalling software easily. It can manage your cookies, tiny files on your PC that websites use to track your visits. It can find duplicate files and help you recover hard drive space that way. But it cannot detect or remove viruses, spyware, or malware. It cannot defragment your hard drive, and it cannot recover deleted or corrupted files. The general hype about CCleaner is it is often thought of as a maintenance tool for computer performance enhancement. And while true, this isn't the main attribute. Primarily, it is a disk hard drive cleanup tool that performs better than Windows' own built-in cleaning software. The main highlights are certainly the program's cleaner, which will delete temporary files and clear internet cookies, but also the fact that it helps making uninstalling programs a breeze. Yes, it can aid in finding duplicate files and larger files that may be taking up space, and can help you manage which programs start automatically when your computer first boots up. But essentially all this leads to freeing up hard drive space and a bit of RAM, with the added benefit of cleaning away anything malicious that lays in dormant temporary internet files. Like the saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and running this a couple times a month will recover space and help prevent computer bugs from manifesting. Just remember, the program is not a scanner or cannot remove active malware. So now that we know what CCleaner is, how do we install it and use it on our platform? Let's take a look. Step 1 of installing the program is to go to your web browser of choice, maybe Google Chrome or Firefox. Then load up a search engine program, such as Google, and type in CCleaner download. This should bring you to CCleaner's website, www.ccleaner.com, and right away we have a download link. That's the one you're going to need. You can see that CCleaner comes in 3 different modes. There is a free version, which is typically what I use and install on most computers. There is a professional version, of which you can have a free trial for a number of days, and the professional bundle, where you can purchase it for the use of 3 different devices. You can look at the handy chart here to show what features each different version has included. And when you're ready to download, you can hit the download link at the bottom or the purchase links provided. For me, I'm just going to use the free version for today. and the download should begin installing automatically. If you're using Google Chrome, it should show up at the bottom left. If you're using Mozilla Firefox, it'll appear at the top right with a blue downward facing arrow. Hopefully this should install to your download folder if you're using a PC, or to your main screen if you are using a Mac. For PC users, you can click on the downward caret arrow and say show in folder, and that should bring up the location of the download. You can see here for my PC, it is indeed in my download folder, and I can just double click on the exe to start the install. Here's what the program looks like being installed on Firefox. You can hit save here to choose where to save it. Here's the little blue arrow, and you can click this little image of a folder icon, and it will also take you to the download location. For Mac users, once you hit the download link, it should show up either on your desktop or in your program bar down at the bottom right near the trash bin. Simply double click on the DMG file wherever it shows up and drag and drop the program into your applications folder, and it will install automatically. For PC users, after you double click on the exe to launch the installer, you'll be greeted with this little menu where you can choose language options if necessary, or custom install, but most of you will just need to hit the big blue install button. You'll see a progress bar go across your screen rather quickly, and then it's installed. You can view the release notes if you wish. This would launch a internet browser tab where you can view the current release notes for this version of the program. Otherwise, you can hit Run CCleaner to activate the program. And here we are. CCleaner has installed and launched successfully. Now, before we begin using some of the main features, let's briefly look at some settings and options so that CCleaner is working just how you need it. When the program first starts up, you'll either find yourself on the Health Check menu or the Custom Clean menu. We need to go down to the Options menu or the little gear icon. Here you can see a number of options in the submenu, the first of which is Settings. Here you can find the language-based settings. You can choose whether you would like to use Health Check or Custom Clean. I prefer Custom Clean because you can adjust things to your specific needs. There is a checkbox here to run CCleaner when the computer first boots up. There are options here for adding to the recycle bin. Next is the secure deletion feature. Typically, it is set to normal file deletion, which makes the program significantly faster. Although if you want secure file deletion, you can use this radio button and the drop-down menu to make several different selections. So what does this mean when you see 1-pass, 3-pass, 7-pass, etc.? A file comes in two parts. The data points on the hard drive where the information for the file is stored, and the pointers, which refer to the location where that data is stored. When a file is deleted, the pointers are what is removed. The data for that file, the deleted file, still remains on the hard drive until it is overwritten by a new file. Choosing 1-pass, 3-pass, 7-passes means the computer is going to try and put random noise, random data over the location where these files originally were stored, and thereby make it less likely to be recovered. The more passes, the less likely that particular file can be reconstituted from the trash. Depending on which option you choose, it's going to take much longer to run the program and clear away these files, but they'll be more secure because those files will not be recoverable. The last option located on this sub-menu is the Wipe Free Space section. Here, the Wipe MFT or Master File Table Free Space checkbox is not clicked by default. What this does is any file that has been deleted, any free space on any drive, will be passed over with this random noise to make sure any deleted files that were not removed by CCleaner also receive this secure deletion treatment. The remaining submenus contain a number of different options. The cookies allows you to select individual cookies for websites that you would like to keep between cleanings so that they don't have to be removed. Likewise, including and excluding here allow you to select specific folders that you would like to mark for deletion each time or make sure that they are not deleted. Scheduling is a pro version feature which allows your computer to be running the scan on a specific interval of your choosing. Smart cleaning is again a pro feature, but essentially it will auto clean browsers and junk files. It can be used partially in the free mode, but only to scan and say that, hey, this is a task that you might want to do, here are X number of files that you might want to get rid of, but you're still going to have to go and do it manually unless you have the pro version. You can select which users CCleaner will work for if you have the pro version installed, and also some information on updates. Some advanced features. Most of these actually work for the free version. And a privacy statement here. I would recommend on checking this box and not sending anonymous usage data. And just some basic information about the program and its website. Working further through our headings, we'll now focus on some of CCleaner's built-in tools. As you can see, here we are on the main tool menu. The first submenu is the on-install feature. It may take a moment or two for this list to populate, but here you can see a list of different programs which are on my PC. You can see some of them have been whited out for privacy reasons. You can use the menu on the right side to uninstall a program, repair and install, rename, etc. The second sub-menu feature is the software updater. Here you can find a list of programs which require updates to newer versions. By clicking the checkbox for a program or all of the programs and hitting Update or Update All on the right, CCleaner will begin downloading, installing, and updating these programs automatically for you. The third submenu feature is Startup. Here you can look at a listing of programs or services on your computer and choose whether to enable or disable these programs from starting when your computer first boots up. You can also check scheduled tasks and determine whether you want them to run on startup as well. Browser plugins allows you to look at what plugins are available for the different internet browsers installed on your computer and whether you would like those to be active or not. Disk Analyzer will check the various files on your computer and try and show you which file type or which files are taking up the most space. Duplicate Finder will search your hard drive based on the criteria you have entered for the search to see if you have any files that are the same across the various hard drives or different areas of your computer, so you can choose to delete duplicates. System Restore allows you to manage any system restore points that Windows has left for you. And Drive Wiper will allow you to select a drive and remove any data on that drive. Working up the chain, let's look at the Registry Cleaner and what this does for you. Here we have the Registry menu. You can see here that a number of different options have already been checked by the program itself. I would just simply leave the default, what the program has set up for you. To scan the registry, you can click the bright blue button at the bottom left that says Scan for Issues. What this is going to do is it's going to scan for any registry key values that it might need to update. It might find that are outdated from previously installed programs or currently installed programs, and what it suggests needs changing. You can see here a progress bar went across the top, and when it reaches 100%, the second blue button will appear that says Fix Selected Issues at the bottom right. Chances are you might have several hundred issues, especially if this is the first time you have run the program. That is very normal. When you hit Fix Selected Issues, it will prompt you with this small box asking if you would like to make a backup of the registry before making changes. If you feel you have a computer that isn't working well, or if you've had issues with certain programs in the past, it might be a good idea to make a backup of the registry before implementing these changes. Otherwise, I would simply say no. Another little menu will show up here where you could cycle through each individual change and click Fix Issue manually, or you could simply hit the Fix All Selected Issues button and it will go through and try and make these changes all at once. When you're done, you can hit Close. You might want to scan a second time because sometimes it cannot fix every registry error right away. Sometimes it needs other ones to be repaired first before it can implement the change for the other one. So here I went from 4 down to 3. Again, it asks for a backup. I'm going to say no and attempt to fix. And you can scan a number of times, but I will also say that there are some cases where a registry entry cannot be repaired until the computer is rebooted, or until a particular software is no longer being used or is inactive if you already have it open. So it is possible that some of these issues cannot be dealt with at a given time. Now for the main feature, the custom cleaning and health check. Health check is a simplified version of the custom cleaner, registry scanner, and other tools all rolled into one. It is meant for individuals not to be overwhelmed by the other cleaner's functions. Simply just continue to click through the series of menus that pop up when you hit Next, and it will inform you what it is attempting to do. It may ask for some programs to be closed, specifically web browsers. That way it can scan temporary internet files or cookies. And you would simply hit Close and Analyze, and the scanner would function and run. Here you can see it is attempting to close the program. It might ask to force close, and then it will automatically begin this progress bar. You can see that some of the progress bar is blocked out for the Pro version. It may take several minutes depending on how many files it has to scan and remove. You can take a look at the results down below when it is finished. So that was the scanner. To make it better, you simply just click the blue button and it will begin applying the issues it found. You could click on any one of those sub-menus to get a breakdown of the changes it is making. Typically the program will not take longer than 5 minutes. When the program has finished making its changes, you'll be given an overview that looks like this. You can see that with the Pro version, it would have updated these 6 apps previously shown automatically, but instead, the free version has simply removed 9,211, it says trackers, but this means website cookies or temporary internet files, and likewise has also removed nearly 3 gigabytes of temporary files, logs, and other junk. You can click on these. It can give you a slight breakdown on what exactly was done, but that is the simplified version. If we go to Custom Clean, it is very similar to the registry information. You can switch between these tabs for Windows applications and general applications installed on your computer. It already has many of these options checked for you using the checkboxes. You can run through and choose what you would like the computer to do itself, including wiping the free space. That is not checked by default. Then to run the cleaner through Custom Clean, you would simply hit the Analyze button on the bottom left, and again we would have this progress bar. If there was a web browser open, it would likely ask for it to be closed. You can see it's not finding very much because we've already run the cleaner through the health check version of this clean, but here we could have fine-tuned it to our liking. And after the analysis is complete, what it's found, here it would give you the printout. You can run the cleaner by hitting Run Cleaner at the bottom right. Again, you will be prompted that this will remove files and that you might need to do a Windows backup. But when you hit Run, it will have the progress bar go across the top. Again, this won't take very long given we have already done a cleaning under the health check. Although you can see here that wiping the MFT free space is something that only takes place during Custom Clean, not health check, and that this can take many extra minutes. And here's what the program looks like once the cleaning has been completed. Again, you would be given an advanced report showcasing how many files were removed and of what types, and of the overall space savings. Lastly, let's finish up with one final remark on smart cleaning and looking at how to update the program in the future. You can choose to have CCleaner actively monitor your computer as it is on and functioning. In this case, it can show up in the task bar down at the bottom right, close to your date and time. And from time to time will show up with these alert messages, prompting you to run the program and perhaps clean up some disk space. Formerly, this was called active monitoring. It is now found under the Enable Smart Cleaning under the Options menu, and can be turned on and off from here, as well as the Minimize to System Tray under the Advanced submenu. And if you wish to check for updates to the program, you can go to the very bottom right and there are the words check for updates. Click on this link and it will open up a direct link to the download page for CCleaner, where you can download the program all over again in the newest version. Once again, that brings us to a close. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, please share it and pass it on. Hopefully we will have more future tutorials covering a variety of different technological devices and topics made available. I'm Chris, and safe journeys.